It's time now for the best high school sports action from the WBCB Sports Network. Catch the best games from Bucks and Mercer County at WBCBSports.com and our Facebook page. Your home for high school sports is right here at WBCB 1490.
Off of Route 206 in Lawrenceville, home of the Irish, Notre Dame High School, the site for tonight's CBC battle between the Irish of Notre Dame and the Tornadoes of Trenton Central High School. It's high school basketball on the WBCB Sports Network. Hi everybody, Mike Warren alongside Jordan Hirsch. Great to be with you again as our Mercer County boys high school basketball coverage continues this season on WBCB. A couple of teams looking to get back into the win column. The Tornadoes, a tough loss at the hands of Hopewell Valley just earlier this week, a 52-49 defeat. However, the Tornadoes, for their second consecutive game, will be without two of their key contributors, no Juan Sanchez and no Ave Ingram. We'll see how these Tornadoes fare tonight against an Irish team that is desperate for wins. Jordan, just 4-15 entering tonight, and they need to find a way to piece some things together pretty quickly.
Yeah, and of course this task does not get much easier facing this Trenton team, even minus their top two scorers in Sanchez and Ingram. Trenton still provides a lot of firepower in the forms of guys like Caleb Smith, Jaharis Ramos. Stalin Hernandez is a capable scorer. You haven't seen it as much this season. He's going to get the start today. Presumably will get more minutes as well. For Notre Dame, though, Mike, the key for them, as it is for anybody whenever they face Trenton, don't turn the ball over. That's something Hopewell Valley did a very good job of on Tuesday as they beat Trenton by 3 at home in an upset win. They didn't turn the ball over as much. They didn't let Trenton get those easy run-out buckets, which is what this Tornadoes defense wants to cause. They like to turn defense to offense, turn steals into easy layups on the other end. So for Notre Dame, the key, if they want to pull an upset win, just as Hopewell Valley did, value the basketball.
The Tornadoes without their 1,000-point scorer in Juan Sanchez, one of two on this roster. They have the other in Jaden English Fulton, who we'll see in the starting lineup tonight for the Tornadoes. The story for the Irish, well, they've been without their 1,000-point scorer since January 6th. That's Will Foley. He's still sidelined with a wrist injury. Since then, this new starting five for Notre Dame, which has been laden with juniors, has really come into form. Although the victories haven't been there, they've learned how to play with each other and really starting to stack together some positive trends when you think about the end of this season and heading into next year when this group are all seniors. But tonight the starting five for Notre Dame is as follows. Colin Cunningham, the senior, gets the start with Lucas Chudderwicks, Angelo Pesch, A.J. Liberto, and Dan Beecham, the starting five for Tim Stevens Irish, who averaged 50 points per game. Trenton Central and the Tornadoes, they average around 68 points per game. And in 10 of their 11 wins this season, they've scored 60-plus. They have been an offensive force all year long. And you talked about not turning the basketball over, Jordan. Well, in the most recent loss for Notre Dame, the turnovers mounted, especially down the stretch against Robbinsville, which led to a number of throwdowns for Tyler Bunnell and Liam Butler down the stretch in that one, as Robbinsville was able to take home the victory here on Notre Dame's home floor, 68-49. Trenton Central, under the direction of Darryl Pup Young in his 11th season, the Tornadoes at 11-5. A bit of adversity here without two of their key contributors, but more than capable, as you mentioned, Jordan. A ton of talent on this team. They haven't shown it how deep they are, but there's guys that have been in this system for a long time, and they know how to play the Trenton brand of basketball.
Yeah, and a couple of those guys, Mike, are Jaharis Ramos and Caleb Smith. Ramos is one of the most tenacious defenders in the CVC. He's a guy that could really do it all. He's not going to fill up the box score in terms of scoring that much, but he's going to hit all those other key areas. He had a career-high 8 steals against Hopewell Valley on Tuesday night. A typical Jaharis Ramos game, he may only score 2, 3, 4 points, but he's a guy who could grab 5 or 6 rebounds, 7 or 8 assists, and also play great defense. They had him covering Grayson Vlasic a whole lot on Tuesday and did a relatively nice job against him. Had a really key steal at the end of the game, which forced a tie. Vlasic hit a few free throws, which sealed it for Hopewell Valley. But Ramos, of course, one guy, and another guy, Caleb Smith. They utilized him on Tuesday as, just to basically force inside the paint. I mean, with Caleb Smith, when you're 6'5" in high school, plain and simple, you're just bigger than everybody else. He collected his 4th double-double of the season on Tuesday. And Notre Dame, they have some height, but nobody on this team's 6'5", Mike. I've got a feeling that Trenton, their game plan is going to be feed it to the big man and just let him go to work.
Yeah, it's a full 5-team effort on the rebounding side of things for Notre Dame. That's how it's been all season long. But one guy that plays well above his size and provides some much-needed strength off the bench is Musa Kamara. He's been phenomenal this season, coming off of a season-high performance where he dropped in 16 in a victory over Donovan Catholic 2 games ago. Kamara averaging just under 6 per contest, and the senior understands the role of this team. We've seen him shine on the gridiron for the football team, and he provides a football mentality for a team that is undersized and needs some rebounding and some physical presence on the defensive side of the floor. Expect Kamara to make a bit of an impact tonight for Notre Dame on either side of the floor, and if he's able to get out in transition, that's really where he thrives the most. So we'll see how Notre Dame tries to use him, how effective he can be tonight against one of the best teams in Mercer County. Tonight's game on WBCB brought to you by Capital Health System, Team Toyota, the Revere Restaurant, Notre Dame High School, the New Jersey Education Association, Temperance House, Kessel Dermatology, Marsville Chiropractic, the City of Trenton, Hyundai of Trenton, DiLorenzo's, the Berg Pizza, Mercer County Prosecutor's Office, the Trentonian, Haldeman Ford, the Trenton Thunder, the Capital Area YMCA, Jammer Doors and Windows, and Saul Funeral Homes. All proud to bring you tonight's coverage on WBCB. It's the Trenton Central Tornadoes taking on the Irish of Notre Dame. Jump ball coming up in just a little bit. You're listening to the Trentonian pregame show on the WBCB Sports Network.
New Jersey is home to the best public schools in the nation, and that didn't happen by accident. It's the result of parents, educators, and communities working together year after year to give our students a world-class education, no matter the challenge. Because parents and educators know that with a shared commitment to our public schools, our children can learn, grow, and thrive. And together, we can keep New Jersey's public schools the best in the nation.
Mayor Reed Gussiora of the City of Trenton would like to wish all students the best of luck this school term and wish the Tornadoes the best of luck on the court. Mayor Reed Gussiora is a proud supporter of Trenton's youth. Today's game also brought to you as a public service by the Mercer County Prosecutor's Office. The Prosecutor's Office has immediate openings for attorneys who have been admitted to practice in New Jersey to serve as assistant prosecutors. If you are passionate about public safety and justice for all, we invite you to join our team and make an impact in your community. For a full job description and application instructions, or to find out more about programs and services offered by the Mercer County Prosecutor's Office, visit www.mercercountyprosecutor.com to learn more. And you're listening to the pregame show brought to you by the Trentonian, the only newspaper serving Bucks, Burlington, and Mercer County 7 days a week. It's the Trentonian. Mike Warren alongside Jordan Hurst. Great to be back with you here at Notre Dame High School as our coverage continues. Moments away from tip-off between the Irish of Notre Dame and the Tornadoes of Trenton Central. Jadon English Fulton averaging 14 points per game, one of 2,000-point scorers on this team. Jordan, let's talk a little bit about his game. A diverse scorer for Trenton when they need him to be, but his workload maybe increases a little bit without Juan Sanchez and Ave Ingram on the floor. What do you expect to see from Jadon in this one tonight?
I expect to see a lot more of the same that we've been accustomed to seeing all year out of Jadon English Fulton. You mentioned that number, Mike, 14 points per game. That's actually up from where he was at earlier points in the season. He's assumed a much larger role as really the third scorer. He was the #1 guy at STEM Civics the last few years. I think part of coming over to Trenton was learning how to take that backseat role to Juan Sanchez and Ave Ingram. But English Fulton, he scored 16 points against Hopewell Valley. He's a guy who's used to being the #1 guy, and he gets to go out there and be that again here tonight.
It'll be a tall task for this Irish defense as we'll likely see Lucas Chudderwicks on Jadon English Fulton. Chudderwicks, one of the better on-ball defenders for this Irish team. And I have to imagine when we see Musa Kamara into the game, he'll be thrown onto English Fulton at times as well. Again, the starting five for both of these teams: Jadon English Fulton, Joel Cummings, Stalin Hernandez, Caleb Smith, and Jaharis Ramos. The starting five for Trenton Central. And for Notre Dame, it's Colin Cunningham, Lucas Chudderwicks, Angelo Pesh, A.J. Liberto, and Dan Beecham. We'll turn things over to Mark Steffen, the public address announcer here at Notre Dame.
This week has been deemed Officials First Cancer Week. To show support and raise awareness, the officials of IAABL working games may use pink or gray whistles. Almost everyone knows someone affected by this dreaded disease, with the officiating community being no different. On Tuesday, January 27th, the IAABL Board 193 member Donald Ellison succumbed to cancer after a hard-fought and courageous year-long battle. Donald officiated for over 25 years and more than likely at this very school on many occasions. He also coached at McCorson High School 30 years ago with our AD, Nate Weber. Please join his fellow officials and Mr. Weber in a moment of silence to honor his life. Thank you. Before we begin, the NJSIAA requires officials to enforce all rules regarding unsportsmanlike conduct by coaches and players. There will be no tolerance for any negative behavior, such as taunting, trash talking, and verbal, written, or physical conduct related to race, gender, ethnicity, disability, sexual orientation, or religion. Such behavior will result in being ejected from this event. I now kindly ask that you please rise and remove your hats for the prayer, followed by our national anthem. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Father in heaven, we ask your blessing on the game we are about to play. Give each one of us the courage to play this game in a manner by our words and our actions are pleasing to you. Let us enter into this competition in the spirit of sportsmanship and with the respect for the members of the opposing team. We ask you, Father, to bless each one of us, especially the coaches, officials, parents, and players. Keep us under the protection of your Son, Jesus Christ, and help us be aware of his presence with us in this game. Amen. In the name of the Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Please remain standing for the national anthem. Gentlemen, now it's time for our starting lineups, starting with the Trenton Tornadoes. Starting at center, junior number 25, Caleb Smith. Starting at forward, senior number 4, Jadon English Fulton. Starting at guard, junior number 35, Jay Harris Genoa. Starting at forward, junior number 12, Joel Cummings. And starting at guard, freshman number 34, Jasir Whitaker. Assistant coaches for the Tornadoes, Brian Miller, Phil Ravenel, Shaquan Worthy, and Herbie Ellis. Head coach, Daryl Young, Sr. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the starting lineup for your Notre Dame Irish. Beecham. And starting at forward, senior number 2, Colin Cunningham. Assistant coaches for the Irish are Kevin Trillis, Eric Pepper, Gordon. Join the game, ladies and gentlemen.
Celebrating 50 years of business and supporting your community, Haldeman Ford on Route 33 in Hamilton Township. Neighbors helping neighbors is what Haldeman Ford does and will continue to do, celebrating their 50th year of business. Correction to the starting 5, Jadon English Fulton, Joel Cummings, Caleb Smith, Jaharis Ramos, and Jasir Whitaker, the freshman, getting the start tonight for the Tornadoes. Again, Trenton without Juan Sanchez and Ave Ingram. Sanchez, the leading scorer for this team. Ingram, a leader in his own right and in many other statistical categories as well. At midcourt, Danny Beecham for Notre Dame, Caleb Smith out there for the Tornadoes. Moments away from jumping ball. It's tossed and won by the Tornadoes. We're underway. Ramos controlling. Cunningham marks him to begin. Man-to-man from the Irish. Corner kick. Cummings looking down low for Smith. They go inside early. Up through 2 and in for 2.
There you go, Mike. Expect to see that a lot today. Get the ball to the big guy. Let him go to work. 6'5". He's the tallest guy on the court. Could be a big game for Smith down low.
Full court pressure already from Trenton. Nothing new here, and a turnover forced. Liberto looking for the baseline feed to Colin Cunningham. It goes awry and back Trenton's way.
Obviously for Notre Dame, one of the keys that we talked about, value the basketball. Sometimes against Trenton, you almost take the dead ball turnover, though. It at least lets Notre Dame get back and set up their defense.
Ramos gets by. Cunningham gets his dribble back after the deflection. Entry into Smith, left it short through 2. Second chance, draws a whistle, and he'll head to the stripe.
We'll have to see how the officials call this one as well, Mike, because we were here in attendance for the JV game. They were calling it very tightly, to say the least.
Looks like a different crew for this game. We'll see how they officiated indeed. Here's Smith at the line shooting a pair off the mark on the first. Clock stops, 7:15 to go here in the opening frame. Tornadoes leading by an early deuce. Smith splits a pair at the line this time. 3-0 at Tornadoes, all 3 from Smith. Chudderwicks and Beecham trying to break this pressure from the Tornadoes. It's Beecham taking it all the way. Kicks corner to Liberto. Pesh, top of the key, drives, floats, doesn't get the roll. Williams pokes it free. Here come the Tornadoes in transition. Drawing the whistle on a strong drive inside. Jadon English Fulton trying to take it coast to coast. I believe they got Cunningham on the whistle. We'll double check that one. Inbound coming here for Trenton. It's Smith, turnaround, and good. It's the Caleb Smith show to start. He's got all 5.
Yeah, no surprise what Pup Young's game plan is tonight.
Irish break the press. Liberto can't finish through the traffic. And Beecham last touched it out of play. It goes back with the Tornadoes. 5-0 Trenton to begin. Ramos controlling. Irish struggling to get things going offensively and to gain some control. Full court press has been effective from Trenton. Here's Ramos changing speeds. Cunningham marking him. Kicks it out, English Fulton. Gets the switch, drives baseline, kicks corner. Another strong drive. It's Whitaker through traffic, doesn't get the roll. Second chance isn't there as the Irish come up with it. Angelo Pesh. English Fulton all over him. Irish get into their first half-court set of the night, it looks like. Liberto. Been a bright spot since Foley's been sidelined. They've been able to turn to him for some timely outside shooting. Pesh over to Beecham. Smith extending his pressure beyond the arc. This is Cunningham. Whitaker might have gotten away with one. Cunningham's going to drive, and the hold going to be called against the freshman on the floor. Looked like he got him in the face before Cunningham put it on the ground. A little bit more contact there as he went to drive into the lane. And the whistle sounds as a result. Irish will inbound under their own hoop. It's Pesh. Floats it out to Chudderwicks. Gets it out to Beecham. Pesh in the corner. English Fulton sizes him up defensively. Whistle sounds. And this is going to be against the Tornadoes.
You see Notre Dame deploying these long, drawn-out possessions. That's something that Hopewell Valley did very well on Tuesday. You make the Tornadoes defend for a long enough time, you're going to be able to find some breakdowns.
There's Ramos coming from behind to pick the pocket of Beecham. Run out the other way. Cummings can't finish. Second chance. It's English Fulton turning garbage into gold.
That right there, classic Trenton basketball.
Pass up ahead for Liberto. Almost runs into the table here in front of us. And another Irish turnover.
I saw you ready to make that over-the-shoulder grab if you needed to.
Yeah, more so worried about Liberto running into our equipment and potentially hurting himself. Wanted to stop that first. Ramos stripped, floats, doesn't get the roll. Cunningham fighting for the board. Jump ball, the call. Possession arrow goes to Notre Dame.
You can see Trenton right now. They want to play this downhill style of basketball, get it going to the rim. This is not the greatest jump shooting team, and they're minus their top 2 jump shooters tonight.
Chudderwick's corner triple is good. First points of the night for the Irish. A big-time 3 from the senior Chudderwicks in the corner. Makes it a 4-point game. Here's English Fulton trying to restore some order. Driving on Chudderwick, spinning, floating, too strong off the window. It's Liberto with a board. He needs help. Gets it up ahead to Chudderwicks. He'll drive. Looking for Beecham, but it's stolen by Ramos. Another one for him here in this opening frame. Corner Whitaker. Baseline drive. Looking middle, but it's defended out of bounds by an Irish member, and that one will stay here with the Tornadoes. 4:15 to go, opening frame. Here comes Musa Kamara.
Yeah, that was a nice job by Notre Dame's defense to recover off the live ball turnover, the steal from Ramos. Good job by that Irish defense to get back.
Jumper on the way from English Fulton, won't go. Smith generates a second chance. Triple from Cummings, no good. English Fulton over the back to be the call this time around. They said Musa Kamara had position. Irish back with possession, 4:06 to go here in the first quarter. Distance of the floor. Tornadoes in their 3-2 zone, full court press. Cunningham looking for Liberto. Tipped by English Fulton, stays with the Irish.
These fans down here in the first row in front of us might want to think about moving up a couple of rows.
Yeah. They've got some real estate behind them. Chudderwicks gets it into Pesh. They work it far side. Liberto knifing in, scooping, got hit, whistle silent. Kamara all over Smith. There's Ramos, skip pass inside. And a foul called against Notre Dame. English Fulton on the drive. A little too aggressive that time was Notre Dame. They'll keep it on the floor, 3:43 to go. Beecham comes back in. Cunningham will take a breather for the first time tonight. Inbound, floated out to English Fulton. He'll set it up. Has an ISO on Chudderwicks if he wants it. Floats it over to Ramos. Darryl Pup Young barking out the set. Ramos trying to put it into action. Whitaker lost a shoe. Beecham extending his coverage out onto Ramos. Trenton resets. Nice move from Ramos. Gets inside. The whistle sounds. And contact drawn by Ramos. Nifty hesitation dribble as he turned his back to the basket to create the space. Jaharis Ramos heading to the line for a pair. Coming to Hamilton Township, the original DiLorenzo's The Berg Pizza at 147 Sloan Avenue in Hamilton Township. Notre Dame alumni Tyler DiLorenzo brings the same traditional recipes started by his great-grandfather back in 1938. Renzo's the Berg Pizza, proud to sponsor tonight's contest on WBCB. Ramos gets the first at the line. Can't get the second. Volleyed about and hauled in by English Fulton. It's Whitaker on the drive. Through traffic. Can't get it. Followed by Ramos for two.
The glass is already becoming a problem for Notre Dame. Caleb Smith and Jairus Ramos, and there you go. Another turnover by the Irish as well.
An easy turnover and maybe the easiest 2 points Jadon English Fulton will have tonight. He puts it up and in for two and forces Tim Stevens to call a timeout for Notre Dame. A 9-point advantage for the Tornadoes, their largest lead of the night. Early on in this one, 2:55 to go here in the first quarter. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Trenton Thunder Baseball. 2026 is here, and just around the corner, another summer filled with Trenton Thunder Baseball. Full and half season ticket memberships, as well as multi-game packages, are on sale now for the 2026 season. Visit TrentonThunder.com/tickets to learn more today. Trenton Thunder Baseball, Big League Futures, Major League Fun. And make 2026 the year to get in shape at the Capital Area YMCA, 431 Pennington Avenue in Trenton. Two of the things we highlighted, Jordan, during the Trentonian pregame show, taking care of the basketball and second chance opportunities, both of them playing a part in this one. The Irish unable to take care of the basketball, and the Tornadoes generating a plethora of second chance opportunities on the glass.
Yeah, Notre Dame just hasn't been able to really establish any sort of offensive rhythm. You saw the one time they did, it led to that Chudderwick's three in the corner.
Irish break the press. Chudderwick's trying to save. Last touch by Notre Dame, another Irish turnover.
That's something Trenton will do. They will press you, and if you're able to break it cleanly, it could lead to good looks on the other end for Notre Dame. The problem is the Tornadoes just play this very chaotic brand of basketball. The Irish have to stay a little bit more composed to get those looks.
Hernandez into the game for Trenton, works it over. English Fulton hesitates, spins, puts it high off the window and in for two. 6 in the opening quarter for Jadon English Fulton. The lead now up to 11. Irish trying to clear the timeline, unable to do so. Jadon English Fulton getting a hand on that one and knocking out of play. Darryl Pup Young wants a 10-second violation and pretty close to getting one here. Here's Chudderwicks. Does get by the timeline. Liberto sizing up Hernandez. Looking for space, kicks it out. It's Chudderwicks. He'll put it on the deck, force it inside, and gets two.
That's a tough thing to do right there for Chudderwicks. Driving it against Jairus Ramos. A nice job just using his speed, created a little bit of space, and it led to that easy bucket.
Irish bring it back to a single-digit game. It's to 9. Hernandez sizes up a triple and buries it.
That's got to feel good for Stalin Hernandez, a guy who'd scored just 9 total points coming into this game.
Liberto breaking the press with Pesh. Kick out for Chudderwicks, last touch by a Tornado. It stays with Notre Dame.
There you go, just when Notre Dame thinks they've broken the press and they're able to have a numbers advantage, English Fulton with good hands to knock it out.
Hernandez on Pesh. They work it over Chudderwicks. His three on the way. It's good. 8 for Chudderwicks and 8 for the Irish. He's been all they've needed offensively and then some.
3-point line, Mike. That could be the great equalizer in a game like this. Chudderwicks now with 2. Certainly something to keep an eye on.
English Fulton sidestepping, pulling, too strong. Pesh with a rebound.
If you're Notre Dame, you'll live with that shot attempt from English Fulton all night long.
Irish trailing by 9. Pesh hounded by Whitaker. Gets by him, kicks corner, another Chudderwicks 3. It's good! Chudderwicks feeling it with 11 in the opening frame. It's a 2-possession game. English Fulton hounded by Kamara. Puts it up. Too strong. Kamara with the board. Gives it up to Pesh. Final seconds of the first quarter. Irish trying to cap it strong. Tornadoes looking for a stop. Chudderwicks calling out the play. High post feed, Kamara. Chudderwicks, triple, bang! Lucas Chudderwicks, 14 in the opening frame. It's a 3-point game after one. Tornadoes 17, Irish 14. On to quarter number 2 here on WBCB. Now open on Business Route 1 in Lawrence Township is the region's newest showroom for garage doors, entry doors, and windows. Jammer Doors and Windows, 2480 Brunswick Pike, opposite the Lawrence Shopping Center in New Jersey. Proud to sponsor tonight's game on WBCB, as well as Marsville Chiropractic, providing quick and effective pain relief through natural healing. Marsville Chiropractic, 632 Crown Street in Marsville. 17-14 the score. Notre Dame trailing by 3, all of their offense coming from one man, the senior guard, Lucas Chudderwicks.
For Notre Dame to pull this upset tonight, Mike, we talked about it in the first quarter. They would need the threes to start falling, and sometimes you just need a guy to get hot. Lucas Chudderwicks certainly providing that in the opening 8 minutes. If you're Trenton, done a great job against the other 5 guys that have entered the game. I'm going to start maybe throwing a double at Chudderwicks.
Hernandez, cross-court pass. They work it over to English Fulton. Ramos thought about a healthy 3. They'll skip it back to the corner. It's Whitaker. Baseline drive, reversal, not there. Kamara with the rebound. Pesh trying to control. Even after a miss, they have no trouble getting into full court pressure. Here's Pesh working to Beecham. Strong cut. And Beecham was looking for Liberto. Whistle sounds. It stays with Notre Dame. Pesh to inbound. Floats it out to Kamara. Here's Liberto off the curl. He'll float. Doesn't get the roll. And a rebound hauled it in by Ramos. Whistle sounds against Liberto. First team foul against the Irish. Cunningham will come in for Notre Dame. Liberto is going to come out. Irish going into a 2-3 zone, it looks like. We've seen them go into a matchup zone many a time throughout the course of this season. Tornadoes working it around the perimeter quickly. Ramos, a deep 3, won't go. English Fulton trying to save it, unable to do so. As he's the last to touch it, it'll head back with Notre Dame, 7:01 left in the quarter.
Against a zone like that, Mike, that's where Trenton really misses a guy like Ave Ingram, a guy who typically stations himself in the middle of the zone around the free throw line, who can knock down those mid-range jumpers in his sleep.
Pesh, coast to coast, takes contact. Kamara can't finish. Ramos eyes up into the front court. Corner, Whitaker works it back out. Missed opportunity there for the Irish, to say the least. English Fulton on the baseline cut, counted, and a chance at one more coming at the line. Jadon English Fulton with 8 and a chance for 9. And one unsuccessful at the line. Pesh comes in with the rebound. Back to a 5-point lead for Trenton. English Fulton on Pesh. Here's Musa. Drives by Smith, has it stripped. Great defense from the Tornadoes. Smith's pass up ahead. Finds Whitaker, can't finish. Smith through the trees and a chance at another.
How about the last 10 seconds for Caleb Smith? The steal on the drive, thread the needle on the pass, and then clean up the miss, and now a chance for three.
"6'5" big man, Caleb Smith, converts at the line for the three-point play. Substitution coming in for Trenton. It's Kyle Graffey taking over for Smith. Kamara off the inbounds pass. And a travel to call as Musa got tied up at midcourt. Side inbounds coming for Ramos. English Fulton eyeing up the zone, working it around. Hernandez, a strong pump. Into the middle, looking for Graffey. Hernandez left alone for three. Can't make him pay. Pesh with the board. Tornadoes on a bit of a run of late, leading this one by 8. Notre Dame looking for their first points of the quarter, and their first points from someone other than Lucas Chudderwicks. Here's E.J. Edwards into the game for the first time, and he walked. Another Notre Dame turnover. Ramos controlling and taking his time as he clears the timeline. Patient offense here as English Fulton's in the high post, met by a double and stripped. Chudderwicks taking it himself, takes the contact, can't convert, but will head to the line for two.
The reason you see teams go into zone defenses is because they want to force their opponent to take a lot of jump shots. You see Trenton right now trying to force the ball down low right there to English Fulton. A zone defense is meant to take that away, in case in point.
Chudderwicks too strong on the first. Mayor Reed Gussiora and the city of Trenton would like to wish all of their students the best of luck this school term and wish the Tornadoes the best of luck on the court. Mayor Reed Gussiora, a proud supporter of Trenton's youth. Today's game brought to you as a public service from the Mercer County Prosecutor's Office. Visit mercercountyprosecutor.com to learn more today. 1 of 2 at the line for Chudderwicks. He's got all 15 for Notre Dame. Irish extending their zone a little bit further out. Whitaker, a deep three. Can't hit. Rebound Graffey. Kamara takes it from him. The jump ball is called and possession arrow goes to Notre Dame.
If you talk to Tim Stevens on that Notre Dame sideline, I bet he would tell you that he would be willing to let Trenton shoot threes the entire way through. Make them beat Notre Dame from the outside. It's just a matter of, can the Irish crash the glass enough?
Yeah. You've seen this Tornadoes offense get it done in a number of different ways. Edwards comes back to help Beecham. Now here's Pesh. Irish gonna have to put their foot on the gas to clear the timeline here. They do so just in time. Hernandez on Pesh, now Chudderwicks. Freshman on him and Whitaker. Skip pass, it's Beecham. Drives into the lane, strong take, too strong off the glass. Edwards kick out. Chudderwicks knifes inside, the whistle sounds, and he'll head back to the stripe. Lucas Chudderwicks entered tonight averaging 10 points per game with 15 already on the night. Don't forget, you miss any of today's action, read all about it in tomorrow's edition of the Trentonian, the only newspaper serving Bucks, Burlington, and Mercer County 7 days a week. Good on the first is Chudderwicks to make it a 6-point game. Hernandez and Graffey come out. Second shot good from Chudderwicks. Donald Jackson making his first appearance for the Tornadoes. Back to a 5-point game. Irish still in this zone approach, looking for another stop. Ramos sidesteps, penetrates, kicks to Smith. Traffic inside. Pesh comes up with a steal. Works it ahead to Beecham.
Zone defense giving Trenton nightmares.
Beecham all the way in, got hit, and the whistle silent. Other way, Jackson walked, finishes. Strong take from Jackson inside, but he got away with one extra step beforehand. Back to 7. Here's Chudderwicks. Right hand, too strong. Edwards the follow. Can't pick it cleanly. Bodies hit the floor, and a jump ball the call. Possession back with Trenton. Beecham's going to get checked on over on the bench. He took a blow to the face on that drive inside. And shocked to no whistle was Tim Stevens, as it was right in front of the near side official. Harris Ramos works it over to English Fulton. Now Whitaker. Down low skip pass to Jackson. Last touched by a member of the Irish defense. It stays with the Tornadoes. 3:13 left in this first half. Ramos throws it off the back of an Irish defender, almost scored. And that pass mishandled. Smith to Ramos. It goes out of play. Trying to pull a little like Mike action there on the baseline.
Yeah, we've seen Ramos do that effectively at different points during the season. Just unable to finish down low that time.
Edwards with the inbound to Chudderwicks. Still at a 7-point game. Musa Kamara. Inside pass. Conway. Strong take. He'll head to the stripe. Unable to convert through the contact. And a chance at 2 at the line. Haldeman Ford, proud to sponsor tonight's game on WBCB. Pay him a visit on Route 33 in Hamilton Township. Neighbors helping neighbors is what Haldeman Ford does and will continue to do. Conway good on the first at the line. Second shot, he gets the roll as well. Back to a 5-point game. English Fulton taking his time. Over to Whitaker. 3 on the way, no good. Smith skies for the board. Second chance is good. Caleb Smith with some gritty offensive opportunities. Second chance opportunities at that. As he continues to pay off with his persistence inside. Edwards driving, blocked. English Fulton sends it back. Pushing the other way, and a whistle is going to sound as the Irish get tangled up with English Fulton at midcourt. Musa Kamara going to be called for the foul. Jadon English Fulton, 2-guard high set with Ramos. Whitaker a baseline drive. Reversal, short, rebounded by Pesh. English Fulton with some great defense on Pesh right at the timeline. Conway looking for Kamara. Kick out Edwards, his 3 is good. Edwards, the sharp shooting JV swingman coming in and knocking one down from deep. It's back to a 4-point game.
How about that pass from Kamara on the drive? Little no-look action.
Jackson doubled, whistle sounds. The foul, I think, is against Musa Kamara. Donald Jackson will head to the line. That's the 5th team foul against Notre Dame. Putting Trenton in the bonus.
And Mike, this game is right there for the taking for Notre Dame. Knocking down all these outside shots. Just got to be able to play a little cleaner on the defensive end in terms of fouling.
Yeah.
and got to be able to hit layups on the other end. But I think Tim Stevens very happy that this is just a 6-point game with a little over 90 seconds to go till the break.
Jackson makes both at the line. He's got 4 now. It's back to a 6-point game in Trenton's favor. Beecham on the inbound. Finds Edwards. 90 seconds to play in the first half. Beecham trying to work it in. Smith on him. Needs help. Chudderwicks thought about a triple. He'll pull it back out and reset. No help for him. Here's Conway. Now Beecham, nearing a minute to go here in the first half. Some good defense here from the Tornadoes. Great communication here in this look. Edwards driving on English. Fulton has it blocked again. Jadon English Fulton with at least his second block here in this quarter and in this half. Pesh to inbound. 46 seconds to go. Floated out. Chudderwicks rises up for it. High post feed, it's Beecham. Strong drive off the glass. Rolls out. And a rebound from Smith. Ball goes awry. Last touched by Notre Dame. I think everyone in this gym knew that that was last touched by the Tornadoes. Even Darryl Pup Young laughing at the fact that the Tornadoes got this ball back here with possession. As neither official saw who touched it, no one did. A Tornado was the last to do it. Trenton getting another possession. Up 6. A chance to cap off this first half and head into the halftime locker room with even more momentum.
Very rarely do you see this Trenton team just bleed out the clock at the end of a quarter. What this Notre Dame zone defense has been very frustrating for them. They just want to be able to take the last shot.
Ramos looking for action, nothing there. Pesh pokes it out of play. Last touched by Ramos. And now Pup Young wondering how they came up with that call.
They came up with it because it was a makeup call,
Yep.
Mike.
Correct. Beecham looking for help. Final second in the half ticks off. And that's going to do it for the first 2 quarters here from Notre Dame High School. 28-22 the score. Trenton in front. Notre Dame hanging tough, looking for some answers as they head to the halftime locker room. Tonight's game on WBCB brought to you by DiLorenzo's The Berg Pizza, coming to Hamilton Township. The original DiLorenzo's The Berg. 3rd-generation family member Tyler DiLorenzo brings back the family recipes his great-grandfather created in 1938 when they started their tomato pie in Chambersburg. We'll be back. The Trentonian halftime show is next on WBCB.
There really is nothing like a home team advantage. That's why Team Toyota makes a great choice for your next vehicle purchase or service. With our MVP pricing guarantee, teammate rewards program, and streamlined customer experience, our award-winning operation ensures that you can trust our process. A home team advantage is nothing without the community. Our employees are part of our family, part of your town, and we're all part of the team. We're always here for you at one of our 3 locations in Princeton, Langhorne, and Glen Mills.
New Jersey is home to the best public schools in the nation. And that didn't happen by accident. It's the result of parents, educators, and communities working together year after year to give our students a world-class education, no matter the challenge. Because parents and educators know that with a shared commitment to our public schools, our children can learn, grow, and thrive. And together, we can keep New Jersey's public schools the best in the nation.
Hi, I'm Merrill Reese. Kessel Dermatology is the place for all general dermatology needs. For acne, rosacea, eczema, psoriasis, hives, warts, and other growths. They have a friendly and courteous staff, and they can usually offer appointments within 24 hours for emergencies. Take care of your skin. Schedule an appointment with Kessel Dermatology. Capital Health's primary care network continues to grow, bringing its extensive option of locations to your neighborhood. Whether you're scheduling a wellness checkup or not feeling well, advanced medicine starts with a Capital Health primary care doctor at locations near you in Mercer, Bucks, and Burlington counties. To find a Capital Health primary care location that's convenient for you, visit capitalmedicalgroup.org. That's capitalmedicalgroup.org. Hi, Merrill Reese reminding you to come back home to traditional Italian cuisine at the Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road in Ewing Township. You'll always feel welcome at the Revere. It's like stepping back in time where you'll feel like you're dining in South Philly or New York's Little Italy. Start your meal with complimentary Hoboken bread. Choose from a menu featuring fresh seafood dishes, succulent steaks and chops, or homemade pasta dishes. You can even eat at the bar. The Revere is open 7 days for lunch and dinner. Private room available for special affairs, plus catering. For reservations, call 609-882-6365. That's 609-882-6365. Come home to traditional Italian cuisine. The Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road, Ewing Township.
Hi, this is Mike Missinelli inviting you to join me live at the Temperance House in the heart of Newtown, PA for our big game preview show, Thursday, February 5th at 5 p.m. We'll be video streaming live on YouTube at WBCB Sports and on Pattison, where you can ask me questions, give me your thoughts, and stop by to have some of the best happy hour options in Bucks County at the Temperance House. So come, join me, Mike Missinelli, Thursday, February 5th, 5 p.m. for our big game preview show live from the Temperance House in Newtown, PA.
There really is nothing like a home team advantage. That's why Team Toyota makes a great choice for your next vehicle purchase or service. With our MVP pricing guarantee, teammate rewards program, and streamlined customer experience, our award-winning operation ensures that you can trust our process. A home team advantage is nothing without the community. Our employees are part of our family, part of your town, and we're all part of the team. We're always here for you at one of our 3 locations in Princeton, Langhorne, and Glen Mills.
New Jersey is home to the best public schools in the nation. And that didn't happen by accident. It's the result of parents, educators, and communities working together year after year to give our students a world-class education, no matter the challenge. Because parents and educators know that with a shared commitment to our public schools, our children can learn, grow, and thrive. And together, we can keep New Jersey's public schools the best in the nation.
Hi, I'm Merrill Reese. Kessel Dermatology is the place for all general dermatology needs. For acne, rosacea, eczema, psoriasis, hives, warts, and other growths. They have a friendly and courteous staff, and they can usually offer appointments within 24 hours for emergencies. Take care of your skin. Schedule an appointment with Kessel Dermatology. Capital Health's primary care network continues to grow, bringing its extensive option of locations to your neighborhood. Whether you're scheduling a wellness checkup or not feeling well, advanced medicine starts with a Capital Health primary care doctor at locations near you in Mercer, Bucks, and Burlington counties. To find a Capital Health primary care location that's convenient for you, visit capitalmedicalgroup.org. That's capitalmedicalgroup.org. Hi, Merrill Reese reminding you to come back home to traditional Italian cuisine at the Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road in Ewing Township. You'll always feel welcome at the Revere. It's like stepping back in time where you'll feel like you're dining in South Philly or New York's Little Italy. Start your meal with complimentary Hoboken bread. Choose from a menu featuring fresh seafood dishes, succulent steaks and chops, or homemade pasta dishes. You can even eat at the bar. The Revere is open 7 days for lunch and dinner. Private room available for special affairs, plus catering. For reservations, call 609-882-6365. That's 609-882-6365. Come home to traditional Italian cuisine. The Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road, Ewing Township.
Hi, this is Mike Missinelli inviting you to join me live at the Temperance House in the heart of Newtown, PA for our big game preview show, Thursday, February 5th at 5 p.m. We'll be video streaming live on YouTube at WBCB Sports and on Patterson, where you can ask me questions, give me your thoughts, and stop by to have some of the best happy hour options in Bucks County at the Temperance House. So come, join me, Mike Missinelli, Thursday, February 5th, 5 p.m. for our big game preview show live from the Temperance House in Newtown, PA.
WBCB Levittown and Trenton, and video stream live at WBCBSports.com. Your home for the best local sports in Bucks and Mercer counties.
28-22 the score here at Notre Dame High School. The Tornadoes of Trenton Central on top of Notre Dame. A 6-point advantage. We'll take a look at the numbers brought to you by the Trentonian. Don't forget, you miss any of today's action, read all about it in tomorrow's edition of the Trentonian, the only newspaper serving Bucks, Burlington, and Mercer County 7 days a week. Jaden English Fulton, he's got 8 in the first half. Stalin Hernandez with 3. Caleb Smith with 10 to lead the Tornadoes. Jaharis Ramos with 3. Jackson with 4. You add that all up, you get 28 in favor of the Trenton Central Tornadoes. For Notre Dame, just 3 guys doing the scoring, the majority of which coming from Lucas Chudderwicks. He's got 17 to lead all scorers in this one after 14 of them coming in the first frame. 3 from E.J. Edwards and 2 from Joe Conway. The Irish trailing in this one by 6. And keys at the half, Jordan, we were going over it a little bit there before we came back onto the air, but for Notre Dame, you mentioned it, they're really, they are committing turnovers, but they're committing the right kind of turnovers. They're avoiding the live ball runouts and the transition opportunities for Trenton Central.
Yeah, and that's allowed them to be able to set up that zone defense, which has been giving Trenton fits ever since Tim Stevens deployed it there late in the first quarter. And we talked about it in the pregame show, right? The way for Notre Dame to stay in this game, don't commit turnovers. They've been turning the ball over probably a little more than they would like. But like you mentioned, it's not really of the live ball variety. It's just passes thrown out of bounds. They've traveled a couple of times. You'll almost take that if you're Tim Stevens, especially the way they've been knocking shots down from the outside. It's allowing them to stay in this game. I mean, Notre Dame knows they're the type of team. They're not going to come in here and blow the doors off of Trenton or any team for that matter. They just want to keep this game close, be in it in the fourth quarter. They keep doing what they've been doing throughout the first half. They're going to be set up pretty nicely.
Capital Area YMCA proud to bring you tonight's coverage on WBCB. Make 2026 the year to get in shape at the Capital Area YMCA, 431 Pennington Avenue. Second half action underway here at WBCB. A primetime matchup between 2 familiar foes. Liberto works it around. It's Cunningham. Pesh works it around. It's Beecham. He'll knife inside, forcing it up. Smith says no. Transition opportunity for the Tornadoes. It's Cummings. Works it over to Ramos. Corner. Whitaker's 3. Won't go. Pesh with a rebound. Pesh will push. English Fulton on him. Driving inside, Pesh got hit. Shot goes awry off the side of the backboard. Beecham through traffic, left it short off the side of the iron. He'll head to the line for a pair. Scoreless in the first half was Beecham. Now open on Business Route 1 in Lawrence Township. Jammer doors and windows. 2480 Brunswick Pike, Business Route 1 in Lawrenceville. Good on the first is Beecham. And on the second as well. Averages 4 per contest. There's his first 2 of the night. Makes it a 4-point game. Ramos controlling as he did for the majority of the first half. Works it over to Cummings. Irish back in the zone. Ramos sparks out the set. Cummings, Ramos, and Whitaker, 3-guard high set.
Just no off-ball movement right now.
2-3 zone. Yeah, no one flashing high post here. There they look for it, and it's a turnover. Irish poke it away. Chudderwick's up ahead. Liberto can't handle it. Irish with numbers. That time the pass kind of just short-hopped Liberto. Got away from him. Another turnover for the Irish. Sends it back to Trenton Central, but again, not a live ball turnover. Back in the zone are the Irish. Driving Cummings on Cunningham. Pass goes well over the head of any potential tornado and out of bounds. 6:24 to go in the third. Beecham will inbound. Go ahead, Jordan.
I think part of this for Trenton is just they're not used to having to play this style of basketball this consistent of a level. They're used to having Sanchez and Ingram out there not only providing scoring on the offensive end, but they're two of the better defenders as well, coming up with steals. To see Tornadoes look very out of sorts against this Notre Dame defense.
Passion Liberto working it into the right corner. Here's Beecham sizing up Smith, taking it to him, got tied up and too strong on the effort. Smith with another rebound. This is Whitaker. Blow by. Euro blocked by Beecham. The freshman has his shot attempt sent into the bleachers. Baseline inbound to come for the Tornadoes. Jamal Smith into the game. He gets the inbound into Whitaker. English Fulton, step back on the way. Short. Rebound by Pesh. He's looking to push it. Into the corner. Chudderwick's triple on the way. He got it! Lucas Chudderwicks remains perfect from beyond the arc. He's got 20. It's a one-point game. Ramos looking for Smith. Pass nearly stolen. Deflected by Ramos and Pesh. Must have been touched by Pesh last. Down low feed. English Fulton elevates and hits.
That deflection in the backcourt actually ended up helping Trenton. It caused Notre Dame's defense to scramble a little bit, and English Fulton was left in a one-on-one matchup because of it.
Beecham changing pace on Smith. Looking for help, cutting Chudderwicks. Whistle sounds on the floor. Pesh will inbound under his own hoop. Floats out to Beecham. Here's Cunningham. Still scoreless, trying to change that. Beautiful drive. Cunningham's first two with a nifty reverse lay-in. Back to a one-point game. Jamal Smith works it out to Ramos. English Fulton back to Smith. Triple off the side of the backboard. Chudderwicks with a board. Irish can take the lead with a field goal. Chudderwicks forcing the issue. Contact, whistle silent. Second chance, still loose. Beecham comes up with it. Liberto, a three, no good. Rebound Ramos. No numbers for the Tornadoes. Ramos calms it down.
Ramos would have been better off just pushing that in a 3-on-3. Instead, now they got to go back to playing this half-court style.
Liberto all over English Fulton. Pass stolen by Liberto. Run out the other way. Blocked by Ramos. Liberto hesitated, and it gave Ramos time to block that shot. Was a couple steps behind him. Another missed opportunity for Notre Dame. Pesh looking for Cunningham. It's stolen. Ramos to Smith. Lay-in for two.
And there you go. That's why on that last possession, I was saying Ramos should have pushed the ball in transition a little bit better. That time, 3-on-2, able to feed Smith underneath. And there's nothing Notre Dame's going to be able to do when Smith gets the ball down there.
A 3-point lead now for the Tornadoes. Caleb Smith with 12 on the night to lead Trenton Central. Tonight's game brought to you by Marsville Chiropractic at 632 Crown Street. They pledge to make you, the patient, part of their chiropractic family. MarsvilleChiropracticCenter.com to learn more today. And Hyundai of Trenton at 1655 North Olden Avenue in Ewing Township. Over 1,400 tariff-free cars ready to go at Hyundai of Trenton. Missed opportunities for the Irish, boding positively for the Tornadoes here of late as they take advantage of another run-out opportunity, and Caleb Smith puts his 12 points through on the night. With 3:32 left to play in this third quarter, Irish will inbound with the distance of the floor in front of them, and a full court press to meet them from Trenton Central. They work it into the near side corner. It's Pesh. English Fulton on Pesh. Clears the timeline. Crosses over. Kick out to Liberto. Here's Cunningham. Sidesteps on the drive. Got hit. Count it, and a chance at another. Colin Cunningham with a strong take. Absorbs the blow and gets 2 for the Irish. A chance to tie it with the free throw. Shot rims out, whistle sounds, and a violation against the high. Another shot coming here for Cunningham. Cunningham sinks it. A three-point play ties us at 32. 3 minutes to go in the third. Hernandez back in for the high. Three-guard high set. Ramos steps in, looks down low. It's deflected and stolen. Irish with numbers. Liberto blocked again. Second chance, Pesh. Whistle sounds, and he'll shoot 2. Irish living at the charity stripe of late. Here's Pesh at the line for a pair. Hits the first. That's the 4th team foul against Trenton Central. Notre Dame has yet to foul in this quarter.
That's what happens when Notre Dame just has been able to get the ball down low at will, not afraid of this taller Trenton Tornado squad.
Whitaker takes a breather. Pesh's second shot is pure at the line. Notre Dame with their first lead of the night. Up by a deuce. Ramos clears the timeline. It's English Fulton. Zone defense providing fits. English Fulton pull up J, won't go. Hernandez with a board. Pulls it out. Liberto all over him. Ramos, a healthy 3. He got it. Ramos with a big-time triple. Tornadoes by 1. Pesh the other way, scoops and leaves it short. English Fulton the board, pushing it back the other way. Through the trees, left it short. Cummings has it, looking for Smith. And an offensive 3-second call against Caleb Smith.
Tornadoes, they just look a little bit hesitant on the offensive end. Thought Jadon English Fulton had a clean drive at the beginning of that possession. Instead, he allowed the Notre Dame defense to recover. And I think, Mike, you look at this at an even bigger scale. Juan Sanchez, typically their #1 ball handler. This is where the Tornadoes miss a guy like him.
Ramos forces the steal, forces the whistle to blow as well in transition. And a side inbound coming. Pesh will be called for the foul. 1:45 left in the third. Tornadoes clinging on to a 1-point advantage. Ramos off the back of Cunningham, and he draws the whistle. He'll shoot 2. Second time tonight. He's gone with that move Inbounding it off the backside of an Irish defender. And this time nets himself a chance for 2 at the line. First shot won't fall. 2026 is here, and just around the corner is another summer filled with Trenton Thunder baseball. Visit trentonthunder.com/tickets to learn more today. Ramos no good on the first. Second shot coming. That won't go either. Ball's loose. Chudderwicks hauls it down. Beecham trying to control. He gets it across the timeline. Hounded by Ramos. Corner, it's Pesh. A 3. No. Liberto fighting for it. Jackson comes up with it. And a foul is going to be called against Notre Dame. Cunningham called for the foul. .85 seconds left in the quarter. Tornadoes hanging on to this 1-point lead. Ramos, a deep 3. No good. Beecham with the board. Chudderwicks hounded by Hernandez. Trying to create some space. Into the corner, Cunningham. Back to Chudderwicks. Give and go! 22 for Chudderwicks. Irish by 1. English Fulton with finesse. 12 for English Fulton. Under a minute to play. Chudderwicks. Out to Pesh. Corner Beecham. His 3 on the way. Short off the side iron. Ramos with a board. Eyes up ahead. Hernandez floats. Too strong. Fulton the rebound. No. Volleyed about and hauled in by the high. A 3 on the way. Too strong. Chudderwicks has it. Head full of steam. Blocked inside. It's going to stay. Oh, no. They called a foul. Wow. What'd you see there, Jordan?
Yeah, I don't know about that one. I thought he was falling on his own. It almost looked like he just lost an edge trying to curl into the paint right there.
Here's Chudderwicks at the line. Notre Dame in the bonus. Sinks the first. E.J. Edwards comes in for Notre Dame, celebrating their 50th year of business as Haldeman Ford on Route 33 in Hamilton Township, a proud sponsor of high school athletics on WBCB. Chudderwicks perfect at the line this time around. 24 points for the senior guard. English Fulton sizing up Liberto. Double team comes, ball's loose, and a whistle sounds. Liberto tabbed with the foul. Irish with a near run out. English Fulton able to retain possession somehow, some way, and drawing the contact against A.J. Liberto. That's the 4th team foul for Notre Dame here in the quarter. Final seconds here. A healthy 3. Beats the buzzer! J. Don English Fulton with an exclamation point to end quarter number 3. Tornadoes 40, Irish 38. We're on to the 4th quarter here from Notre Dame.
There really is nothing like a home team advantage. That's why Team Toyota makes a great choice for your next vehicle purchase or service. With our MVP pricing guarantee, teammate rewards program, and streamlined customer experience. Our award-winning operation ensures that you can trust our process. A home team advantage is nothing without the community. Our employees are part of our family, part of your town, and we're all part of the team. We're always here for you at one of our 3 locations in Princeton, Langhorne, and Glen Mills.
Merrill Reese.
Today's game on WBCB is brought to you as a public service by the Mercer County Prosecutor's Office. Visit www.mercercountyprosecutor.com to learn more today. And today's game also brought to you by Mayor Reed Gussiora, who wishes all of the Trenton students the best of luck this school term. On to the fourth quarter. It's a 2-point game. Tornadoes leading after Jadon English Fulton's buzzer-beating 3 to end the third. Jackson inside. Irish bench wanted another walk. They didn't get it. Pass goes into the corner and out of play, and Notre Dame comes up with possession.
Just a lot of miscommunication for Trenton on the offensive side of things. That time they did a good job getting the ball into the middle of the zone with Donald Jackson.
Pez trying to beat this press. A lot of time taken off here for Notre Dame. They get past the timeline. Down low, Camara, out Liberto, sizes up a corner 3, no good. Camara with a rebound, floater on the way, that won't go. Liberto with a second chance opportunity. He'll bring it out of the corner. Here's Musa, driving, no good. Volleyed about, Liberto comes up with it somehow again. Irish trying to calm it down here maybe. Trailing by 2. Beecham hounded by Jackson. And the whistle sounds. Jackson a bit too handsy on Beecham. First team foul against Trenton. Big presence in the middle. Caleb Smith re-enters for the Tornadoes. Beecham will inbound. Gets it into Liberto into the front court. English Fulton inching out onto him. Here's Kamara. Pesh. Working it in. Kicking out. Kamara driving on Smith. Too strong off the heel. Great look from Musa. Just left it, or put it a little too strong off the back of the iron. Liberto a near steal. English Fulton spins. Too strong. Second chance. Will roll for him.
I think if you're Liberto there, no need to go for that steal. Just set up that wall down low. You do that, it allowed English Fulton to get back into another one-on-one matchup. And after missing the first, he's just taller than his defender and an easy rebound putback.
Beecham looking for help. Works it over to Camara. Comes off the drive. Musa blocked by English Fulton. Ramos the other way. He pulls it out. Into the corner, it's Whitaker. Cross-court pass, Hernandez. Looking for help, gets it out to English Fulton. Spinning inside. Whistle sounds against Musa Camara.
They're making Jadon English Fulton have to work for pretty much everything he gets right now. But again, a chance for Ramos to push it in transition. And I think it's just a case, Mike, of a guy not used to being the primary ball handler, not used to running the point, being asked to do something that he's not really comfortable with without Juan Sanchez.
Smith, mouse in the house. Through contact, finishing, and a chance at another. 14 for Caleb Smith. One more coming at the line.
When in doubt, just throw it to the 6'5" guy in the post. One-on-one coverage, he's gonna win every time.
And one opportunity left short. Ramos scraps it free. Tornadoes by 6. Ramos near the midcourt logo, working it with Whitaker. English Fulton thinking about another healthy 3. He'll work it back out. Tornadoes just sizing up this extensive zone defense from Notre Dame. Whitaker forcing the issue, puts it up, left it short. Smith can't finish. Ball's free, down low Smith, lays it up and in.
Well, what Trenton did there, Mike, is they just brought a few more players out to the perimeter, noticing Notre Dame wanted to establish that wall inside like they've been doing all night. They're like, okay, let's bring guys out to the perimeter, bring that the 3 in the 2-3 zone, have them play up a little higher. Then when you drive, make Notre Dame have to crash.
It's an 8-point advantage in favor of the Tornadoes. Timeout on the floor. We'll be back here from Notre Dame.
Capital Health's primary care network continues to grow, bringing its extensive option of locations to your neighborhood. Whether you're scheduling a wellness checkup or not feeling well, advanced medicine starts with a Capital Health primary care doctor at locations near you in Mercer, Bucks, and Burlington counties. To find a Capital Health primary care location that's convenient for you, visit capitalmedicalgroup.org. That's capitalmedicalgroup.org.
An 8-point advantage in favor of the visiting Trenton Central Tornadoes. Don't forget, you miss any of today's action, you can read all about it in tomorrow's edition of the Trentonian, the only newspaper serving Bucks, Burlington, and Mercer County 7 days a week. 4:58 left to play. Jordan, still plenty of time in this one, but the Tornadoes controlling the start of this fourth quarter. They say it's a game of runs, and they are on a run, to say the least, to begin a 6-0 start to begin this fourth quarter. Let's see if the Irish have a response coming out of the timeout.
So we got to try to get Chudderwicks an open look from outside. Hasn't really taken a whole lot of shots since going berserk in the first.
Conway strong inside for 2. He's got 4. Whitaker, pass out on him. Whitaker knifing in, and he traveled. Irish back with possession, 4:30 to play. Ramos meeting Pesh at midcourt, almost takes it from him. Chudderwicks hurries the pass to Beecham in the corner, and another Notre Dame turnover.
Notre Dame's just going through these spurts during this game where they just look a hair out of sorts, and it's leading to these turnovers.
Conway on Jadon English-Fulton. Gets by him. Through traffic, whistle blows. And it's going to be against Notre Dame.
I think Jadon English-Fulton trying to change up the mojo by taking off the undershirt that he had on earlier.
Guess he felt restricted maybe in some way. Maybe just a little too hot for him.
Well, he's been doing a lot. These strong drives. This time he gets paid off with a couple of free throws.
Able to connect on the first. His first made free throw tonight. Only had one other opportunity. Perfect at the line, makes it an 8-point advantage for Trenton. Beecham looking to get it into Chudderwicks, and does. Forcing the issue, Chudderwicks. High floater is good. First points of the fourth for Chudderwicks. Up to 25 now for him. Correction, 26. Whistle sounds. Darryl Pup-Young wants a timeout. We'll step aside here on WBCB with 3:46 to play. You're watching high school basketball on the WBCB Sports Network.
Hi, Merrill Reese reminding you to come back home to traditional Italian cuisine at the Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road in Ewing Township. You'll always feel welcome at the Revere. It's like stepping back in time where you'll feel like you're dining in South Philly or New York's Little Italy. Start your meal with complimentary Hoboken bread. Choose from a menu featuring fresh seafood dishes, succulent steaks and chops, or homemade pasta dishes. You can even eat at the bar. The Revere is open 7 days for lunch and dinner. Private room available for special affairs, plus catering. For reservations, call 609-882-6365. That's 609-882-6365. Come home to traditional Italian cuisine. The Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road, Ewing Township.
Whitaker will inbound here for Trenton. Finds Ramos. Conway out on him. Irish with a bit of a matchup look to start defensively. English-Fulton takes it on Chudderwicks. Too much on it. Rebound by Cunningham. They Here comes Chudderwicks, splits a pair, puts it up, too strong himself. Second chance, it was last touched by Conway on the line, and it heads back with the Tornadoes.
If Notre Dame's unable to make this comeback tonight, it's going to be these missed layups that's what they're going to have to look back on as the reason why. They've certainly had a tremendous share of open looks down low, just unable to finish with consistency.
Irish back in a man-to-man look defensively. Chudderwicks on Jadon English Fulton. Lane is cleared open for him. He'll work it into the corner to Whitaker. Tornadoes still leading by 6. Conway on Ramos. English Fulton, the drive, went for the poster, too strong. Pesh pushing, corner, Cunningham, a 3, short, rebound Whitaker. No numbers here for the Tornadoes. Whitaker kicks down low, beautiful feed to English Fulton for 2.
Great job by Whitaker, the freshman, leading the drive with confidence right there, able to look off his defender and flip it to English Fulton for the easy deuce.
21 for Jadon English Fulton. Chudderwicks in the lane. Conway reversal. 6 for Joe Conway off the bench. Makes it a 6-point game. Notre Dame burns a timeout, 2:10 to play. Coming to Hamilton Township, the original DiLorenzo's The Berg Pizza. Third-generation family member Tyler DiLorenzo, proud to sponsor tonight's game on WBCB and excited to bring DiLorenzo's The Berg to 147 Sloan Avenue in Hamilton Township. 2:10 to go, final stretch here from Notre Dame. The Irish trying to clean up some of the mistakes. The Tornadoes trying to hold on for the final 2:10. They've led by double digits in this one. But for Notre Dame, their defense, the zone, a large reason why they were able to claw their way back into this one and at one point able to lead in this second half. Down the stretch here, the Irish are going to have to try to find some more ways to generate offense and to take more advantage of the opportunities that have been given to them. As you mentioned earlier, Jordan, a couple of shots and a couple of close layup opportunities just left out there for Notre Dame. The Tornadoes, again, for their second consecutive game without Juan Sanchez and without Ave Ingram, trying to get back into the win column. Here on the road at Notre Dame, Jadon English Fulton clearing the press himself. Into the lane, passes to Smith. Ball is loose, and it's going to go Notre Dame's way. Beecham will inbound. It's Chudderwicks. Chudderwicks, hounded by English Fulton, looking for space, blows by, kicks out, and it's a turnover.
Chudderwicks looking to do a little too much that time.
Hernandez on a dime. Ramos with the lay-in, Pup Young with the timeout. An 8-point lead for the Tornadoes with 1:44 to go. They can begin to taste this one.
Hi, this is Mike Missinelli inviting you to join me live at the Temperance House in the heart of Newtown, PA for our big game preview show, Thursday, February 5th at 5 p.m. We'll be video streaming live on YouTube at WBCB Sports and on Pattison, where you can ask me questions, give me your thoughts, and stop by to have some of the best happy hour options in Bucks County at the Temperance House. So come, join me, Mike Missinelli, Thursday, February 5th, 5 p.m. for our big game preview show live from the Temperance House in Newtown, PA.
There really is nothing like a home team advantage. That's why Team Toyota makes a great choice for your next vehicle purchase or service. With our MVP pricing guarantee, teammate rewards program, and streamlined customer experience, our award-winning operation ensures that you can trust our process. A home team advantage is nothing without the community. Our employees are part of our family, part of your town, and we're all part of the team. We're always here for you at one of our 3 locations in Princeton, Langhorne, and Glen Mills.
Hi, I'm Merrill Reese.
A 12-6 scoring advantage for the visiting High here in this fourth quarter. Irish inbound to Pesh. Double team comes, pass deflected and stolen. Ramos up ahead. English Fulton lays in two more. And that should just about put a bow on this one for the High. A 10-point advantage back up to double figures as the defense leads to offense yet again. Jadon English Fulton well into double figures, continues his outstanding night. A 23-point performance coming off of a 16-4 performance in the loss against Hopewell Valley. And again, without Juan Sanchez and without Ave Ingram, we talked about it in the open, Jordan, they knew that Jadon English Fulton was going to have to carry the load. He did just that here in this victory tonight for Trenton.
Yeah, and a lot of credit goes to him, of course, because he's had to work really hard for these points. 23 points without a made three. Of course, that's not really part of his game, but English Fulton hasn't really got the whistle that I think he may have hoped. As I think you mentioned, right, only 3 attempted free throws for English Fulton. He's doing a great job just kind of chipping away at that Notre Dame defense that had stayed so stout for so long. English Fulton and company did a nice job to just continue to put some cracks into that iron. And, of course, nothing against Notre Dame there. They played a fantastic defensive game. Trenton just a little too much to handle tonight, it appears.
Chudderwicks gets the inbounds pass, quickly met with a foul by Hernandez. It's the second team foul against the Tornadoes, still 3 away from the Irish being in the bonus. Chudderwicks gets the pass, into the front court he goes. Crossing over, left hand, left it short. Conway, second chance, puts it in. Joe Conway with 8 points tonight in a limited reserve role. Hernandez takes it all the way and kicks it out. Conway gonna foul Ramos there. 1:11 to go. 4th team foul against Notre Dame. 1 more to go until the Tornadoes are shooting 2. Cummings comes out. Smith comes back in for him. Ramos to inbound. 1:11 left. Whitaker met with a foul. That'll send the freshman to the stripe.
Trenton, not the greatest free throw shooting team. Expect to see Notre Dame continue to send them to the line, make the Tornadoes hit these free throws to salt this one away.
Whitaker good on the first. Jasir Whitaker, his first points of the night. Second shot doesn't roll kindly for him. Splits a pair that time at the line. Chudderwicks looking to make something happen. Kicks corner, Liberto. Irish need to get some threes off quick. Pesh looking for space. Chudderwicks knifing in, spinning, up and under. No good. Conway generates a second chance. Liberto's 3 won't go either. Smith with the board. Whistle sounds. Chudderwicks called for the foul against Ramos. He'll head to the line for 2.
Surprised, Mike, that Notre Dame didn't try to continue to establish that outside game that they had going for them in the first quarter. Instead, they've opted for a lot of drives. They've been taking it at players that are just taller than them, guys like English Fulton, Jaharis Ramos, and Caleb Smith. Thought Notre Dame maybe tonight would have just been better served to keep shooting from the outside.
Ramos good on the first. Give credit to Trenton Central because they knew the hot hand was Chudderwicks for Notre Dame and really did everything they could to try to run the ball, run him off the ball or run the ball out of his hands. Ramos good on both that time at the line. Chudderwicks forcing it up and in for 2 more. 28 points for Lucas Chudderwicks. A new career high for him continues to grow. as the senior continues to pile on to what's been a more than impressive night. Started his night off shooting 100% from beyond the arc, and I believe he still is shooting 100% from beyond the arc. The deficit down to 9, but only 30 seconds left in this one. All the Tornadoes really have to do here is just take care of the basketball and hit a couple free throws.
Yeah, and they've done a nice job in that aspect now these last couple of possessions. But to your point there about Chudderwick's, Mike, I'm surprised. Again, he's one of the guys that, of course, he went 4 for 4 there from the outside in the first quarter, and Notre Dame just kind of got away from that. And you got to give Trenton credit, of course. They did a nice job forcing the Irish to make these drives, take it at the taller players, take it at the taller defenders. But I did think at points during this game, especially off of in transition opportunities, Notre Dame did have chances to shoot from the outside. Instead, they opted for those drives and just were unable to hit layups at a consistent rate this evening.
Tough from a Notre Dame perspective not to think about what this game would look like if Will Foley is available for Notre Dame, given the circumstances with the high without Ave Ingram and Sanchez. Pass is floated into the front court. English Fulton takes some contact somewhere. Counted and a chance at one more.
Shooting foul by the Irish, going to the line for the Tornadoes. Jadon English Fulton shooting 1.
25 for Jadon English Fulton. Make it 26. Lead up to 12. This is Beecham. Working against Smith. Pass nearly stolen. Liberto comes up with it. Down low to Conway. Counted and a chance at another. Joe Conway now into double figures. He's got 10. 8 points coming in this fourth quarter for Conway. And a chance to make it 9 in the quarter and 11 on the night. Conway can't get the and one opportunity to fall. The High come up with the rebound. Conway pokes it free. Ramos gets it back. Final seconds tick away here as Ramos will just dribble it around. The Irish will not foul, and that'll do it. Trenton Central improves to 12-5 on the season, a 60-50 victory in favor of the visiting Tornadoes. We'll speak with Jadon English Fulton next. He is our WBCB Sports Player of the Game.
Hi, I'm Merrill Reese. Kessel Dermatology is the place for all general dermatology needs. For acne, rosacea, eczema, psoriasis, hives, warts, and other growths. They have a friendly and courteous staff, and they can usually offer appointments within 24 hours for emergencies. Take care of your skin. Schedule an appointment with Kessel Dermatology.
New Jersey is home to the best public schools in the nation. And that didn't happen by accident. It's the result of parents, educators, and communities working together year after year to give our students a world-class education, no matter the challenge. Because parents and educators know that with a shared commitment to our public schools, our children can learn, grow, and thrive. And together, we can keep New Jersey's public schools the best in the nation.
Capital Health's primary care network continues to grow, bringing its extensive option of locations to your neighborhood. Whether you're scheduling a wellness checkup or not feeling well, advanced medicine starts with a Capital Health primary care doctor at locations near you in Mercer, Bucks, and Burlington counties. To find a Capital Health primary care location that's convenient for you, visit capitalmedicalgroup.org. That's capitalmedicalgroup.org.
Back here at Notre Dame High School, the High victorious over the Irish, 60-50 the final score, and happy to be joined now by our WBCB Sports Player of the Game, Jadon English Fulton. A 26-point performance for him on the night, and the High get back into the win column as they improve to 12-5 on the season. First things first, Jadon, a big game from you tonight. You guys without two of your key players in Juan Sanchez and Ave Ingram. You knew you had to step up big time here in this one tonight. You did just that. What's it like for you guys to come out here, come on the road, and get a win after a tough game against Hopewell Valley the other night?
This really was just a recovery game because the Hopewell game was just a little setback, that's all. Today was just a recovery game for our next big game. Was it Sunday, right?
No, it's Sunday.
Saturday and Sunday, so that's what it was.
Big games coming up down the stretch. The CVC tournament on the horizon. You guys are starting to play a really good brand of basketball. Where do you see this team going as the season starts to wind down here a bit?
State chip.
Love to hear that from you. You got some key contributions tonight from Caleb Smith as well. You guys were really physical on the inside. You took advantage of a number of second chance opportunities. What's it like for you guys when you're able to not just get out in transition, but have that persistence inside second and third chance opportunities like you guys had all night long? What's that like for you guys being able to generate them?
To be honest, it really shouldn't be second or third chances because we should really be finishing on the first chance, but it's a good feeling to just be able to be physical with them, go back up, finish.
Well, Jadon, congratulations on the victory tonight. A 60-50 win over Notre Dame, a 26-point performance for you. Best of luck the rest of the way. And, best of luck the rest of the season. Thanks so much for taking the time here tonight.
Appreciate it.
Jadon English Fulton joining us here on WBCB. We'll be right back here from Notre Dame High School to thank our sponsors. Back here at Notre Dame High School, Mike Warren alongside Jordan Hurst. Just heard from our WBCB Sports Player of the Game, Jadon English Fulton, coming off of a 26-point performance and a double-digit victory over the Irish of Notre Dame. For Notre Dame this season, they fall to 4-16 on the year. Been a tough one for them without their 1,000-point scorer. They now fall to 2-9 on the year this season without Will Foley. A tough start for the Irish of late as they have tried to piece things together and tried to really get over the hump, but you're seeing them battle. And that's one thing, night in and night out, they battle. This was that again here against Trenton Central, a battle against the Tornadoes, a gritty team. And Jordan tonight just comes up a little bit short again for Notre Dame, which has been the storyline for the majority of this season, again, without Will Foley.
Yeah, and I thought Notre Dame, they have a lot of positives to take away from this game. They played a really good sound defensive game against the #1 offense in the CVC, of course, minus Juan Sanchez and minus Ave Ingram. But they frustrated the Tornadoes for most of the night defensively, especially down low. Didn't let them get set up, didn't let them get the ball inside at a consistent rate. For the Tornadoes, just a little too much Jadon English Fulton, a little too much Caleb Smith for those Fighting Irish to handle.
Take a look at the numbers here, brought to you by the Trentonian. Don't forget, you miss any of today's action, the Trentonian's got you covered, the only newspaper serving Bucks, Burlington, and Mercer County 7 days a week. Jadon English Fulton with 26. He did not lead all scorers. It was Lucas Chudderwicks with 28, a new career high for him, the senior. An impressive performance. He had all 14 points for Notre Dame in the first quarter and started the game perfect from beyond the arc. 5 for 5 from the land of great beyond to begin his night. An impressive performance. 26 for Jadon English Fulton, 16 from Caleb Smith, 10 from Jaharis Ramos, 28, as we mentioned, from Lucas Chudderwicks, 10 from Joe Conway. 8 of them coming in that fourth quarter. Conway providing a nice spark for the Irish, but just a little too much to handle tonight from the Trenton Tornadoes as they improve to 12-5 on the season. The Tornadoes continue their season this weekend. We continue our coverage of high school basketball on WBCB this weekend as well. We hope you can tune in all weekend long. Keep up to date with us on our socials, WBCB_SN on both Instagram and on X. Tonight's game on WBCB was brought to you by the Capital Health System, Team Toyota, the Revere Restaurant, Notre Dame High School, the New Jersey Education Association, Temperance House, Kessel Dermatology, Marsville Chiropractic, the City of Trenton, Hyundai of Trenton, DiLorenzo's The Berg Pizza, the Mercer County Prosecutor's Office, the Trentonian, Haldeman Ford, Saul Funeral Homes, the the Trenton Thunder, the Capital Area YMCA, Jammer Doors and Windows, all proud to bring you tonight's coverage on the WBCB Sports Network. Colin Sommer produced tonight's stream. Jordan Hirsch did our camera work and was our color commentator. My name is Mike Warren. One final time here from Notre Dame, the final. Trenton Central 60, Notre Dame 50, as the Tornadoes improve to 12-5 on the year. Until we talk to you again later this weekend as our high school basketball coverage continues on WBCB, we say so long for now.